host Fnord. I'm going to be GMing a game tonight. We have some new players, some of whom have never played Pathfinder before. And to just fill out the ranks, we've got a couple of names that you'll probably recognize. This should be episode 16, part 1, I believe. If you have been following the previous story, you'll know that story is kind of wrapped up, so we're kind of moving into a new phase here. The Color Animal Inn is designed to be a place for various adventurers, random people through Roll20 to meet up, to form a group, to go out there and get some adventure. And Charles, I'm sorry, you're breathing into your mic a little bit there. Thanks.
Better.
And the idea is that, random groups of people will come together, have themselves a night worth of fun, and then we record it and let you at home watch it on YouTube. So tonight's crew, we're going to go through and kind of give everybody a chance to say a little bit about themselves and their character. Tonight's crew, we have with us Brandon L., who's been in previous episodes of The Color Animal Inn. Brandon is playing a new character tonight. Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to have you back.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah. So what would you
Spent
like
all my time here.
Yeah, almost. Seems that way.
Yeah.
What would you like to share with the YouTube audience about yourself and about your character?
So for myself, as Fnord mentioned, I've played in his other Color Animal in games. I played Cerveza in those games and played through the majority of that story arc and wrapped it up. But today, I will be playing a level 1 character, as everybody else is. And I will be playing you. You Die, specifically. And he is, mechanically, he is a snakebite striker, but he is just wholeheartedly a monk archetype. And his sort of philosophy on life is something heard from Sun Tzu's Art of War, which is the act weak when you're strong and strong when you're weak. So that's sort of, he's monk-ish, so he's lawful. He'll try to stick to that. And he comes from a noble family with a martial arts school, which he has been sent from to gain more experience.
Wonderful. This should be a good place to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Next on my list, we have the Red Hedgehog. How you doing, Red? The Red Hedgehog learns how to work his mic.
Hey, can you... Just a second.
Yeah.
Can you go to someone else first?
Sure, we're going to come back to the Red Hedgehog due to technical issues. Next one on my list is Jason L. Jason L is a new player with us. How you doing, Jason L?
Doing well. Looking forward to the game.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Yep. So, yeah, I guess my experience in Roll20 has mostly been in 3.5 and 5.0. I've looked through Pathfinder once, but I have otherwise not actually played it. So I'm not actually familiar with the mechanics. Here I am hoping to learn about it and see how it goes.
Cool.
Other than that, I am playing a good old wizard with the pointy hat and the good old robes. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
You're playing Carson. And
Yes.
I forgot, I mean to do this here. This is Jason's Carson here, and then this is the previous character we were talking about, Brandon L's You Die. There we go. So Carson's a wizard. Does he have a specialty? Is there anything about him we should know?
I was actually originally going to call him Ben Carson, but I couldn't make it fit well because he just kind of seemed he wouldn't survive very long if I tried to play him like Ben Carson.
Okay.
I think right now he's just some wizard who's looking to give himself a nice piece of land, buy a house or a few dozen houses, become lord of a manor or something. The good stuff.
Sounds like a worthy goal.
Yep.
Sounds good. Next on my list, I have Brandon H. How you doing, Brandon H?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool. What would you like to share with us?
Personally, about my character.
Both.
I'll just stick to my character. I'm not that
Well,
interesting.
let me ask you about your experience. Have you played much Roll20 or role-play games at all?
Never. This is my first time using our Roll20. I tried role-playing games once, had a bad experience, and this is the first time I've tried since then.
Okay, well, let me welcome you back to take another try, and I hope this will be a much better experience for you.
It already has been. The last time they threw a book at me, told me to make a level 30 character, had to be a fighter, and then they all went to make their characters and left me on my own.
Wow. Yeah, sounds like a group of assholes to me.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Level 30? What?
Yeah,
That's not even right.
I was so lost and confused. It was a horrible experience, but this has been much better so far.
Cool. Yeah, so we kind of walked you through the steps of making a new character tonight. And who did you come up with?
I came up with Turok, a fighter. He's going to mostly be close range. He's a half orc, and he's been a mercenary for hire most of the time. He's looking to improve his lot in life from the orc wastelands that he grew up in.
Cool. This is a good place to do that. I wouldn't say nobody judges you at the Color Animal Inn, but if you've seen some of the critters coming through here that Bartha's seen, you'll realize being a half-orc's pretty much no impediment at all. And next on my list, we have Charlie S. Hi, Charlie. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn.
Well, thanks for having me.
Glad to. What would you like to share with us?
A little bit about myself. I am a physics student. I just took my second to last final this morning. Got my last one tomorrow, so almost done with the quarter.
Good luck.
Yep, almost there. As for my past experience, I have very little. I did just start playing a 5e game on Roll20 like a couple of weeks ago, so I've only had 2 sessions in that. And that's been a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. Looking forward to it a lot. My character that I'm going to be playing is Somnolent. Somnolent is technically a bard. Really, Somnolent is a former carny who grew up sort of making his own way in these sort of traveling fairs and shows, and got really good at busking and working up a crowd and talking to everybody and getting them going and ready for the next act. So I'm looking forward to see how this turns out.
Cool, me too. And Red Hedgehog, are you out there yet?
Yep, I'm good.
Awesome. Red Hedgehog's one of the players, been with me for a while now. Tell us about yourselves there, Red.
So I'm a student still studying multimedia communications, and I should be graduating this year. So
Cool, congratulations.
thank you. And tonight I will be playing Mila Kunis. So the concept that I came up with was a sniper with a lot of stealth, so she likes to hide. And the backstory that I came up with for her is she is a sylph that was adopted by the catfolk. And catfolk are very sneaky and stealthy, and so are sylphs. And so Mila turned into a cat burglar and started going into people's houses and stealing things. And one day, during a robbery gone wrong, she accidentally killed somebody and found a taste for sniping people.
Oh, interesting.
Which is why she has the bloodthirsty trait. So she will definitely enjoy shooting people from afar and trying to kill them.
Excuse me. I just realized they're broadcasting twice, I think. Oh, sorry, I meant to mute myself for that cough.
That's all right.
All right. Yeah, so, sorry about that. Sounds like an interesting character, and we got a fairly decent, interesting group going here. So, a little backstory. The world, I've got an idea of what's going on in the world. Like I said, the color animal in the game was designed to give players a place to go, and in this game world, the color animal inn was just a fairly seedy little backwater town's tavern that Barth here ran. One day there was, well, I guess over time there was an unexpected series of earthquakes, and these earthquakes opened up some cave passages nearby. And when the villagers went out to check out the results of this earthquake, they found that it led down to tunnels in this underground dungeon system. Not being equipped to handle it, being villagers, they sent out word across the lands that the town of Ohi has this new dungeon, and adventurers should come meet Barth at the Color Animal Inn, form groups, and go kind of explore this dungeon, which the previous players have done. This being the 16th game, the previous 15 games dealt with some of these players going in there and clearing this dungeon out, and it turns out that it was mostly full of like undead critters. There were some other things in there too, but there was a lot of undead. They solved a puzzle which revealed an underground laboratory that had a mysterious portal in it. They went in there, and there were a bunch of undead in the lab and in this like barracks area. Exploring it, they found the way through the portal, where they released what appeared to be a captive female. Upon releasing her through a blood sacrifice, they found out that she was actually a demon, and the players fought her, or fought it, and have basically cleared out that dungeon. That is the previous story mentioned earlier. When this group of adventurers returned to the Color Animal Inn most recently, they found that it was under attack. There's a horde of bandits out there led by somebody named either the Falcon or Fader. And these bandits have recruited kobolds and goblins occasionally. In this particular case, they came down and they were tearing the Color Animal Inn apart. The players fought these bandits and the kobolds and such, and did manage to save all the tenants and Barth himself and all that. But the old Color Animal in itself burnt down. After some time has passed, and with the donations of several adventurers and some savings that he had, and probably some insurance money, Barth has actually gone down, and he has rebuilt the Color Animal Inn from the bottom up. And if you've been watching previous episodes, you'll know that this is not the tavern that they were in before. This is the old Color Animal Inn here, and a bunch of previous players there too. And this is the new one, open for business. You are here on opening night, having some of you been called from other towns, some of you just were on your way anyway. So about a week or two has passed since the previous Color Animal Inn burnt down. Barth opens the doors and welcomes the adventurers in. As you come in, a couple nice ladies down here offer everybody free drinks on the house tonight. You notice that there aren't many villagers here. Barth explains that this is kind of a private setting for tonight. And you come in, you show your invitations, and look around, and you just sort of see each other milling around. I think that covers the backstory as much as needed. So at this point, let's go ahead and go live. Let's let the players kind of move around, talk to each other, come up with some ideas on what we want to do tonight. So let's go live. Feel free to move around and talk and whatever you want to do. I'll shut up.
Yu declines the free drinks. He's a bit of a stick in the mud. But he'll ask for some water and sit down.
They don't even blink an eye. They're glad to send you over to Barth to get you a cup of water, and or they'll go get it for you, I guess. They're nice enough like that. Whichever way you want to do it. They don't have water with them.
If he's motioned towards the bar, he'll go say hi.
Cool. And Barth greets you, and he greets you. And he says, hello, welcome to the grand opening of the Color Animal Inn. I'm so glad to see you. I'm Barth, and what can I do for you?
Could I have a glass of water, please?
Certainly you may. And he gets some nice, brand new, sparkling, clean dishes out, and pours you a glass of nice, cold, clear water.
Thank you. And then he walks away.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Okay. Let's see. Red Hedgehog. Let's see. You're a Mela. Excuse me. Calls over to the bar. Get me a glass of mead. So one of these waitresses, or there's probably more than just the two that I'm showing, but yeah, comes over and greets you and says, well, hello, miss, right? You're female?
Yep.
Yep. Hello, miss. Here, have a glass of mead on the house, courtesy of Barth the bartender, and welcome to the Color Animal Inn. If there's anything else we can do for you, please feel free to let us know.
You guys got a menu over here?
Why, yes, of course we do have a menu. We offer two different types of menus at the moment. We have a lunch and a dinner. And on the menu tonight, in true Color Animal Inn, I am currently rolling some random numbers and finding out what that is. Our lunch menu features octopus with goose eggs, onions, and peach for dessert. And this will cost you.
Actually, sounds really good.
Cost you 8 silver pieces. If you're looking for something a little more filling, we have a supper, which is a mixed grill, various forms of meat, whatever the chef decides to make. It comes with collard greens, a baked potato, a piece of sunflower loaf, and a piece of fruit cake for 1 gold piece.
As soon as I heard octopus, I beelined over.
I slam a gold piece on the table in front of her and say, get me a plate of that dinner.
All right. So she takes your gold piece and says, be right back, sir. Wanders off. A minute or so later, she comes back with your mixed grill. It's a piece of sausage, a piece of brisket, and a piece of what might be duck. And collard greens, potatoes, sunflower loaf, and fruitcake. Is there anything else I can do for you, miss?
I'm going to eat now. You can leave me.
All right. Well, have a great night. And she doesn't seem at all off-put by your brusqueness. They must pay well here. Let's see, who's next? Let's go with, let's just start at the line here and go to Charlie. I mean, Somnolence. What are you doing, Somnolence?
So I came in and grabbed my drink, and then went over, got a table right up next to these nice musicians over here, listening to the show.
Cool.
I hear the order that Mila makes, and try and lift my hand up and get the waitress's attention when she's done and wave her over.
And you're male, right?
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. What can we do for you?
Did I hear you say you have octopus?
Oh, we do, sir. We have just the finest fresh octopus, caught daily and served right up to your plate in a manner that I don't know what it would be because I don't know octopus.
Is it fresh?
Oh,
I don't want it cooked.
Oh, it's the freshest, sir. Still wiggling, sir. You don't want it cooked, sir.
No, just fresh. I'll have a plate.
Certainly. And would you like the goose eggs, the onions, and peach that comes with it?
Load it up.
You got it. How would you like your octopus prepared? Just in a bowl?
Chilled?
Chilled octopus in a bowl. Yes, sir. Coming right up. It's going to run you 8 silver pieces. Rely on all my players to keep track of their own money. Yeah.
I hand her a gold coin and say thanks.
Excellent.
Keep the
Thank you,
change.
sir. She gives you a curtsy. A minute or two later, she comes back. Got yourself a nice little chilled octopus in a bowl with some other stuff.
I take out a small knife and start slicing up the little pieces of the octopus and eating.
Cool. It is indeed very fresh. The only way it would have been fresher is if you caught it yourself. Somebody's squeaking. Got a little squeaky noise. Keep an eye on that, folks. Next up, Brandon H., who's playing Tarak, up here. Brandon, Tarak, what are you doing?
Well, I picked a booth closest to the wall. That way my character couldn't be surprised from behind. Being a mercenary... Bleh. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That's all right.
Okay.
We're
My
just
character-
friends here.
What?
We're just friends here. Don't be nervous.
Yeah, just first time.
Yep.
Jitters.
So your character is sitting down and he's got his back to the wall and his eyes facing the front door. That's very strategic.
Yes. He waves for one of the waitresses to go over to him.
And you are a half-orc male. Waitress comes over and goes, good evening, sir. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. And how may we best meet your needs?
Give me a pitcher of mead. Don't waste time with a glass. And a large piece of steak.
Calf steak, sir?
Yes.
We do have a lovely ham steak.
Okay. Yes, that sounds rather good.
The ham steak it is, sir. Anything else?
That's everything.
All right. She's going to ask you for a gold piece for the steak. The meat is on the house.
Okay. I flip the coin over to her.
Cool. She expertly catches it out of the air and sticks it down into her cleavage, gives you a smile and a wink, and goes off. Comes back with a nice big pitcher of mead and a big hunk of freshly grilled ham steak. You gonna give the steak a try?
Yes, my mouth already watering. I viciously cut into the steak, trying to get a big piece off before throwing it down my gullet.
It is juicy and delicious.
I let loose a happy grunt at the waitress before continuing to dig in. Now completely ignoring her for the steak.
Cool. She stays long enough to make sure you don't need anything else, and then she wanders across the room to Carson. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. I don't believe I've seen you here before. How can we be of service?
The sound just cut.
Oh, Jason, right on
try
time.
refreshing if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Refresh usually does the trick.
What timing? Almost impeccable.
Yeah.
I'll give him a minute here. See what happens.
There he is.
There we go. All right, now I can hear you.
Welcome back, Jason.
All right.
So the waitress had just finished dealing with Tarak, and she comes over and she says, "Hello, sir. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. I don't believe we've seen you here before. How can we be of service?"
Would you happen to have any live animals back there?
A few, sir.
Such as?
Well, he did just serve a gentleman an octopus. I
Uh,
believe there's a pig back there that hasn't been slaughtered. We do have a few chickens that are up for the grill.
and how much would one of those chickens cost?
A whole chicken, sir.
Yes, a whole chicken.
How's your physical appearance? He doesn't look like he'd eat a whole chicken, does he?
No, he does not. Which is why, yes, he's asking for a whole chicken.
Yeah, she's like, would you like it plucked, sir?
No, I want the whole chicken.
Just a whole live chicken.
Just a whole live chicken. Yes.
And she looks over at Barth, and Barth just kind of, okay, shrugs and nods. She's like, 5 gold, sir?
I'd go for a chicken.
Yes.
I start rummaging my backpack. Let's see. All right, 5 gold, and I hand it off to her.
Well, yes, sir. Would you like it in a bag or something, or would you just care to come pick one?
A bag would be nice, thank you.
And to drink?
Water would be fine.
As you wish, sir. And so she wanders off. It takes her a little while. You hear some arguments coming from the kitchen back here. There's someone yelling, maybe things being thrown. After a couple minutes, though, she does come back. She reaches over off the bar and hands you a glass of water, or probably sets it on the table in front of you, maybe. And she's got a burlap sack in her arm that's like flopping around. Noises coming out of it, and it's obviously a live chicken. And
Yep.
she kind of looks at you, holding it out at arm's length, like, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but here you go.
Exactly what I wanted. I grabbed a chicken out of her hand, and then I put it under my arms, get a nice hold on it, and I just hold it, and I just, all right, that's what I wanted. You may go now.
Okay, sir, thank you. Let me know if you need anything else. And she kind of backs away slowly.
I'm going to add a chicken to my inventory.
One live chicken. Yeah.
One live chicken.
All right, so time passes. What do we want to do, folks?
Okay. Well, you got his invitation from his family, who are nobles. So he was just kind of told to come here. And right now, that's exactly what he's doing. He's been traveling for days, and not quite a week, but days. And he's here now, and he's kind of bored. He's kind of a princess.
Oh.
So he's here because he's told to be here. So he's just drinking water and waiting for the event to be over.
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot specifically in mind. I do have a plan, but Color Animal Inn is always open to suggestions. My plan tonight was, if you've watched the show before or if you've played before, there was a guide who comes in here on regular occasions, and he would lead you to the mystery caves, the previous location. However, he got injured. He almost got killed, and will not be showing up tonight. But Barth has a suggestion that he would like to float past the group. And his idea is for y'all to go exploring. It is widely believed that there are multiple caves out there that just haven't been found yet. And so a newbie team might want to just go out, pick a direction, start wandering through the woods, and try to find a new cave to adventure in.
Well, if Barth is to suggest this, you would have no choice but to accept, because that is one of the reasons why he's here, is to just listen to Barth because he's a friend of the family or something.
Cool.
Barth has mystery behind him. He knows people.
He does.
I know that as a player, but not in character. So my family knows Barth somehow, and has told you to come here and enjoy the party and help him if he needs it.
Cool. So, again, this is up to you, but if you all decide you want, like, you to be the de facto leader of this group, he can kind of gather the rest of you together and form an expedition. That'd be a great way to get the game started tonight.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Were they just talking about this sort of up at the bar?
Sure.
Yeah, so you can come up here at some point.
Can I make a sense motive check
Absolutely.
to see if I can figure out why Barth is advocating this?
Cool. And do me a favor, as we're playing, try not to say I do this. Try to say,
character.
Yeah, the Somnolent says this, or Somnolent would like to try. You don't have to. I forget a lot myself. It just helps everybody know who's doing what. So this was Charlie speaking, who is somnolent and wants to do a sense motive roll on whom and for what reason.
So I want to find out if Barth is, if he's just being helpful, if he's maybe got some ulterior motive here, maybe something a little suspicious. My ears perk up when I hear him telling people to go check out some cave somewhere.
Okay.
As I spend a lot of time in the Carney, I know a scam when I hear one.
Gotcha. Absolutely. And thanks for reminding me of the Carney. That gives you a good angle to approach this from. So you're going to make a sense motive check. You're going to want to click your own character, open up your character sheet, go down to the skills, and then just button right by it. Those of you at home haven't seen anything because this is something only his character and I would know about. He should have seen a message saying that he has made the skill check. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Cool. So he knows, he gets the feedback that the skill check's been made, but only I see the results here. And I see sense motive check from Somnolent. No training's needed, which is good because he has no ranks trained in it. And I see a result number, and based on that result, I'm going to tell you that you have absolutely no reason to think Barth is up to anything. Yeah, if it is, it's certainly not any Carney trick you know of. He seems to be very straightforward and honest.
Well, I'm even more intrigued now because I thought I had an idea what was going on. Now I don't. I really have to find out what's going to happen.
Carson would like to walk up to Barth and ask him if there is a general utility shop around the tavern or inn, I guess.
Oh, yes, sir. We are not far outside of town. It's a short walk to the main street, and there are many shops and services available there. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking for a blacksmith in particular, actually.
We do indeed have a blacksmith. Would it be weapons or armor you'd be seeking?
Just a simple dagger.
Certainly. I can't see any problem finding something like that. I'm sure there are many shops in town that will be able to accommodate you.
And what of magical goods? Is there one as well?
There is. We have a fine alchemist. We have an enchanter for the more durable items, and we do have a scroll writer who writes scrolls. A scribe, I guess.
And can you give me the directions?
Sure, and he does. He'll show you where. We'll give everybody a chance to go shopping pretty much at the same time. If you'd like to, I guess, instigate that now, grab the group. Let's do the shopping expedition. Basically, anything I told you earlier that was available, all the basic items from the equipment list and everything, all that's going to be readily available.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to pick up a dagger and some other goodies while I still have the time.
Cool. So let's see if anybody wants to do anything else here in the tavern, and then when we're done with that, we'll do your shopping.
Okay. So you would, during the conversation about caves, ask him maybe if he knows of any of them around.
He can give you the general area to go looking in, but he does not know, he can't pinpoint anything for you. Just suggest an area to go that would be likely.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is like a party, so is this at night or at lunch or?
Up to you. Yeah,
Lunch.
that's one of those things.
So we
It
don't
is
have to go walking around in the dark.
It's officially lunchtime. This is one of those things that the first person to say what they want it to be is what it is. So you're making the
Okay,
story. It's lunchtime.
So I think you would be able to spot the people in here that were adventurers.
Oh yeah, I can see all of them. I'm the GM.
Yeah, I
can
don't
see
think it would
everything.
be. I don't think it would be a challenge. So he's not very charismatic, so he'd probably do it one by one rather than speaking to a group. So he would go up to Mila and he'd say, "There are caves nearby that the bartender has requested to be checked. Would you be interested?"
As I said, as long as I get to kill things, I don't care.
I can't guarantee that you'll be able to kill things. There might be nothing there.
Even if there's a rat, I'll kill it.
Somnolent leans in at this point and says, "Surely there's plenty to kill in these caves. I'd be happy to join you, but I think we might need more members. What about these two?"
I think they look promising.
To Tarok and say, "I notice you have a mighty appetite. You devoured that steak. Surely you have an appetite for adventure."
Oh, always adventure, but mostly gold. If there's any treasure inside those caves, I love to have it.
I'm sure we could work out a reasonable split.
Yeah, I think I've heard just rumors that previous adventurers have found treasures on their escapades. So I would like to think that we would also find suitable treasures.
Then fine. Yeah, I'm in. Sounds like a good...
And the fellow with the chicken?
Me? Have you said hi to a Big Nugget? I'm named Chicken Big Nugget.
Oh my God, is this your familiar?
No,
did you just buy your familiar?
I wish I had a chicken familiar, but no.
That would be pretty great. I would like, as a player, I'd really like to see that happen at some point.
No, it's my pet. It's not my familiar. It's just a pet, and I named him Big Nugget.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, what? And oh yes, the caves. Yes. Great. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So, would anybody like to pass through town on the way? I was told to at least check that out while I was here.
I'm sure there's some provisions we need.
All right.
We should see if there's a store nearby.
Okay. I think Barth actually mentioned that it's on the other side of town, so we can walk through it on our way to the caves.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Sounds
so
good.
let's hit up the town.
All right. So anybody who wants to go to town now, please gather by the front door there. I'd like to have you all together so it's easier on me to just kind of copy and paste. And I don't have a map of the town yet. I'm working on it, but I'm going to show you what I do have. Carson, if you'll bring yourself down to the rest of the group here.
He's wrangling his chicken.
It's
not a metaphor. It's not a metaphor.
It's probably hard to run with that chicken under his arm.
Just pop its head out, make sure it's okay. Actually, if it's in a bag, it would fall asleep. Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, but it's not. It's live under his arm, isn't it?
Okay. I thought there was a thing where if you put a bag over a bird's head, they fall asleep.
They tend to go quieter. They don't necessarily fall asleep though.
Okay.
Besides that, the chicken's probably still excited from being thrown in a bag.
That's true.
And not to mention, I can't. Depending on how gentle he is, like the more you shake the bag, the wilder the chicken gets.
Start running.
Run in the bag, yeah. I just have a bag like bouncing around with a live chicken in it.
Right,
oh boy!
Needless to say, the scale on this is totally wrong.
Okay.
But these are some of the shops that I'm going to be putting into the town as I build it. And I figure it gives us a good way to kind of move around from shop to shop in town without actually having a real town map built. So y'all kind of take a look. Feel free to move around and decide what it is you want to do and where you want to go.
Somebody mentioned a dagger. Let's hit the sword shop first, or the blacksmith. I don't know which.
Either one would have them. The curiosity shop might even have something. The occult shop might have like a what are they called? There's an ethane type dagger. You know, various merchants.
Ooh.
The shady market's so promising.
I don't have daggers, almost guaranteed.
I will go to the occult shop and see if they have a sacrificial dagger.
Ah.
All that poor chicken.
I'm
Oh.
gonna follow him into the
I'll
occult
tag
shop.
along to the.
Well, it was gonna be eaten anyways, I guess.
We'll sacrifice it and then we'll eat it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This like really old wizardly looking dude comes up to you. And what can we do for you tonight or today? Because it's lunchtime. It's not nighttime. It's daytime. What can we do for you today?
Yes, you have a sacrificial dagger of sorts for rituals and such. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Special ritual dagger. Yes. Are you by any chance playing an evil character?
Nope.
Yes, I am.
It's up to you how you want to play things.
Yes.
But he is going to show you. He has a few stylized daggers on display. Fairly nice. And he like points them out to you. Yes, these are all masterwork items of the finest quality. Does any strike your fancy?
I would look for one in particular that's kind of the blade is kind of like how would I describe it? Serpentine. The blade kind of looks serpentine in nature.
Ah, yes, kind of a wavy.
Yeah,
blade.
a wavy blade.
The pommel, the end of the hilt has a little serpent's mouth on the end with little fangs. It's got little crystal or probably some gem eye stones or something.
I'll take a look at it. I'll look it over and I'll ask the occultist. Carson will ask the occultist how much for this dagger.
The occultist goes into some detail and some backstory that you're welcome to fill in yourself. When all is said and done, he is asking 300 gold for it.
Yeah, all right. I'll take a little pouch from my backpack, hand off 300 gold for the dagger, and you say it's masterwork.
Yes, it's a masterwork dagger.
All right. Adding that, subtracting the gold. All right.
Cool.
That's all I wanted from this town, actually.
Awesome. Did you want to go ahead and set that up as a weapon or one of your attacks?
Yeah, I'll set it up right now.
Cool. Let me know when you're done. I'll get in there and I'll fix the buttons for you. Mila seems to be chasing the joint. And actually, Mila, you thought you were hiding, but the little guy has had his eye on you the whole time, and as you reach over and start to put something into your pocket, he turns and he looks at you and he says a word of magic and points his finger at you, and a little blast of electricity comes crackling across the room and hits you. I need you to make a reflex save. Your saves are going to be one of your macros, the token actions that pops up on top. It just rolls all 3 saves at once. We just take the one I like. Reflex save is successful. You dodge, and it just barely singes like a few hairs off the top of your head, but you know you've been caught.
When you sees this happen, he's going to get up and he's going to walk out of the shop and just stand outside.
As this happens, Somnolent tries to identify what that magic was as a practitioner.
Excellent. You can make me a knowledge arcana or preferably a spellcraft. Not having that, you could argue for some other skill that would let you know, and I would tell you based on that skill or knowledge. You can also just make a default intelligence or wisdom type roll.
I did make a spellcraft a moment ago. I can roll it again if I need to.
You did. You're not sure. It looks like could have been shock. It was definitely electric based, but you're not sure exactly It looks like you got some good range on it.
Okay.
Ooh. Can Carson also do this as well?
Absolutely. You're gonna
So
try to
Arcana
ID the
or
spell.
Spellcraft.
Spellcraft.
Oops, I just select my token.
Yep.
And Spellcraft. Pew.
No, again, it looks like it's some sort of a long-range shocking hands spell.
I will ask the occultist what he used. Might I inquire what magic was that?
No, you may not. Just know that we don't take thieves lightly in this town. That's your one warning, miss.
Somnolent leans in and says, I see you're not just a shopkeep. It's a pleasure to meet a fellow practitioner.
Oh, pleasure to meet you too. Are you a studier of the arcane arts?
Oh, I only have modest abilities myself. Truly not nearly as mighty as you.
Well, we all start somewhere.
Someone sort of trying to butter him up.
Absolutely.
And trying to use some diplomacy here.
You're going to try to get a discount on your purchase?
So I wondered, do you have any healing items available? Possibly a wand?
Oh, we do have a few items. Those types of items are generally in high demand, as you know, with the caverns and the adventures that have been happening in town lately. But if you'll allow me a moment, I'll see what I can find.
That's great news. If they're in high demand, surely the second-hand market must be booming.
Oh, it is, which is unfortunate because someone sells a Cure Light Wounds wand usually means they don't need it anymore for one reason or another.
Well, their misfortune may be our gain today.
Oh, we do have something here. We have a slightly used wand. Don't mind the blood stains on it. I'm sure they'll come right out. And yes, if you will take a look at this, he's going to hand it to you. I would like you to roll a d20, please. You can do just a random number. There you go. /R space 1d20. This particular wand is about halfway used up. I estimate there are 24 charges left in it. And I will let you have it for 300 gold.
Ooh. I'm kind of basically eavesdropping on this conversation.
Fantastic.
Person is. Now,
I'll go ahead and buy it at that price.
300 gold?
May I take a look at the wand? I open my hand. May I take a look?
Oh, certainly.
I ask the occultist. Yeah, or whoever has it, I guess. And is there any way I could determine, like, just how much power or magic is left in the wand?
Give me a spellcraft check.
Yeah. Good old spellcraft. Don't fail me now.
Yeah.
Spellcraft.
Yeah, you don't get an exact number, but you read it as somewhere between 20 and 25 charges.
I nod my head. Okay, fair enough. And I hand it back to him. I just nod. Okay.
Now, all of a sudden, the shopkeeper kind of turns towards the doorway and zips, sends out a little spark. And you see just the tip of Mila's nose disappear as she slams the door and the spark hits the door.
Fantastic. I'll never get tired of seeing that.
And he just kind of gives a little giggle, takes the money Somnolent just gave him for the wand, and goes and puts it in the register behind the counter or something.
Keep visiting shops and you'll see more.
Is there anything else I can do for you, gentlemen?
My business is concluded. Any other pressing needs?
Watching that thief almost get zapped was good enough for me.
Cool. So, I guess the party's done here. Did we want to visit any other shops or anything?
I would like to buy chicken feed.
Chicken feed. Well, I don't have a chicken feed store here.
Well, there's a farmhouse. Could you buy
grain, like literally corn, any kind of grains.
I would think the farmhouse would have might have some extras to sell.
They do, in fact, have chickens.
Maybe, yeah.
So, yeah. You go out there, and let's all move over onto the farmhouse just for records.
Yeah. Where am I?
Ooh. Off we go. Oh, McDonald had a farm.
And there are, multiple farms around here. This just happens to be the closest one, or the one you pick randomly for whatever reason. And you walk up, and there's a little old farm lady. And she is actually walking from the house to the chicken coop as you approach. She's got like a bucket in one hand. She's like, oh my, hello. Yes. What can I do for you folks?
What is she like? How small or big is she?
She is short and wide.
Short and wide. No, I'm not. I'm going to remark. Okay. Let's ask her. How much for the feed? I put in that bucket. How much?
What? The bucket? Well,
The feed.
Oh, the feed.
Yes.
Do I keep the bucket?
Yes, you keep the bucket. How much for the feed?
Oh, I don't know. I never even thought about selling my feed. I sell the chickens. This is a feed for the chickens. I sell them to the restaurants. But you want the chicken feed? It's just dried corn.
Yes. How much?
Oh, I don't know. Make an offer, I suppose.
I don't know. I don't know either.
I don't know. A bucket worth of chicken feed? I mean, give her a
Copper.
gold coin, she'll be overjoyed.
2?
I'll give him. I'll pour out like a. I am not good with the market value of coin.
I think of a gold piece as being about $1. Silver is then a dime. Copper is a penny. $1 for this bucket of feed. She will be overjoyed.
I'll offer her $1 for 2 buckets of feed.
Oh yes, please, absolutely, yes. Anything I am gladly, yes. Oh my, oh my. And
how much for a chicken?
These chickens, they're my source of eggs. I sell them to the restaurants occasionally for 4 gold pieces. Got 4 gold pieces, yes.
I'll just make note of that. I'll just shake my head. I'll just take the feed for now.
Cool. And you notice that Mila, for some reason, is kind of hanging around trying to stay behind where this little old lady happens to be looking. And you look over every once in a while, she seems to be stuffing something in her pockets. You're not sure what. But yeah, Mila, you've managed to successfully steal some random odds and ends. The lady pours out her bucket of feed into whatever receptacle you offer her, runs off and comes back with 2 more buckets.
Yeah.
Sells you a total of 2 buckets for a gold piece, and were you buying the chicken as well?
One chicken's fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, I wouldn't even know which one to sell. I'd hate to see them all go. But she takes
They're mighty suspicious that she would be so attached to chickens of all creatures, but okay.
They're like my children. My children that I sell for money.
Wow.
Hey, times are hard. You make a living how you can these days.
I mean, what other when I look around the farm, what other animals are there?
I think there was like a pig pen down there. Let's see. Yeah, there's a pig pen, and I think these are sheep on the right.
Okay.
This is a map I made. Very carefully drew and laid out for one of my other games, and the players were on it for a total of like 1 minute. So
Sounds about right.
yeah.
DMs learn.
Yeah. That's why we were playing Theater of the Mind right now.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
there you go. Got yourself a couple. You got let's call it 2 pounds of chicken feed, aka dried corn, and there you go.
Yep.
Pigs and sheep and chickens. Oh my!
Yeah, I mean, that's all I wanted. So I'm good.
Somnolent speaks up. Well, we seem to be well provisioned now. Any last shopping before we depart?
Do we actually have food?
Well,
Are you
everybody-
actually carrying food upon us?
I brought my own, but we shouldn't leave without rations for the whole group.
Yeah, we should. We should just buy the whole good bulk of rations from the general store.
Yeah, if you don't have anything like that, now's the time.
Oh,
Just go to the equipments page of the Pathfinder rulebook. You'll find the price for rations there. All that stuff. Anything you need, now's the time to get it. When we're ready to move on, let me know. If you got any questions, let me know.
So food and
Everybody's
drink.
Yeah, just picking up rations.
Yep.
sounds good. And now, in this instructions, it says 5 silver pieces. How many silver pieces are in a gold piece?
10.
10?
So you can get.
So 5 silver is 50 cents, half a gold.
Okay,
we
so if I bought 2,
got some
it'd just be a
eggs.
simple gold. Okay.
Yep.
Per day. Wait, now how much is character's carrying capacity?
Reasonable.
Based on your strength.
Yeah.
Unless
carry
it's
years of
under
food with me at all
unless
times.
it's under 10, there shouldn't be too much of a problem.
A
Unless you're
weak
carrying a
character
lot.
could carry about 40 pounds, I want to say. A strong character could be carrying hundreds.
Well,
Yeah.
my character's got, what, 18 strength? Yeah, 18 strength.
You
Yeah,
absolutely
you can carry
don't
like
have to worry.
100.
It's a lot of chickens.
Yep.
I
don't
just
count.
buy a.
I don't
pair.
deal with encumbrance until it becomes an issue or if it's something obvious. I mean, if you got, all your adventuring gear on you, fine. If you're walking around with a 12-foot step ladder or something, no.
Just make sure you have a backpack on you.
Everybody's got a backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, should I have put
Yeah,
that on
everybody's just.
my... Is backpack implied, or do I need to put it in my items list?
It's implied.
It's implied.
Ooh, we can make tea and biscuits. Tempting. But I'll stay with the rations for now.
Anything that you want to buy that you actually purchase with gold, that you keep track of, that you write down on your character sheet, that's in your inventory, you have. No questions. If there's something like, let's say you need a sewing needle for some reason, right? I think about, okay, how likely is this character as played to actually have something like that with them? And I'd say, okay, you got about a 20% chance to have a sewing needle. Roll me a D100. If you get 80 or higher, you've got a sewing needle. Otherwise, don't. Of course, if you go to the store and you buy one and you got it written down in your sheet and you can show me at the time, you've got it.
Now, I just bought rations. Do I need to buy water skins or anything like that, or is that a part of rations?
I would consider that part of rations, but it's nice to have it written down.
Okay. I don't.
You doesn't eat much.
I've got chicken just in case.
Just in case we need to slaughter it and eat it raw as fast as possible? Yeah.
Just cook it. Make a campfire.
No, just slaughter it and eat it.
That's how you get salmonella. That's how the whole party gets a PTK by failed disease checks. Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Well, it looks like we're all set.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are just about to hit the 1 hour mark here. We're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Come back to 16:2. Deal with anything we need to in the meantime, and when we come back, we will continue the story. So see you next time at the Color Animal Inn.